If I stand out there, how would I be behind the bush? When I talk to somebody, look where the camera
is behind the bushes.
Okay, look where it's pointed though.
That's what's recording.
Look where it's pointed though. You don't even know what you're talking about. You about to look crazy on camera though.
On top of that,
you about to look crazy. You know that though.
That, when I ask you who you are, you're
right.
Like,
I don't have to.
I don't even know.
You don't.
A regular student, guess what they're gonna say?
Okay, but guess
hey,
what though?
I'm a UNC student. Here's my student ID.
Okay.
I'm good, and you know what I'm gonna do? Get in my car and leave.
Okay, but either way, you're gonna get in your car and leave. That's the funniest part because what I'm doing is good.
No. That's not what's gonna happen.
Okay, we about to see.
Because if you're not a student, I'm telling you to leave.
Right.
Continue to stay.
Right. What's gonna happen?
Continue to stay. You're gonna get arrested.
Okay.
I'm telling you to leave.
Okay.
Okay. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is gonna be funny as hell, yo.
It's gonna be really funny. When you end up in jail, it's gonna be real funny.
All right, it's gonna be funny. We're gonna see. Oh man, you about to look crazy on camera, bro.
Keep your hands out of your pocket for me.
All right, I got you.
Thank you.
Yo, he telling me to keep. I'm gonna stay in front of the camera now because he trying to make it like I got something in my pocket or something like that. Only reason why he doing that, y'all, is because he know he's not right. So we gonna stand right in front of the camera. I ain't got nothing on me. I'm clean, bro. I'm good. This is an Apple Watch. I'm all good. When his sergeant pull up or whoever, he gonna look crazy.
All right, just stand over there for me.
I'm gonna stand right in front of the camera. I'm gonna stand right in front of the camera. Go ahead and talk to her.
Just stand right there.
Go ahead and talk right to her. You don't control nothing over here, bro. You don't control nothing. I'm gonna stand right here. And I'm asking people before the camera is even on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just recorded because he came up to me.
No worries.
I said I was recording.
No, you didn't, bro. You stopped right there and then you told me, you was like, hey, what are you doing? Like I said, I don't even record people unless they're asking me. I mean, unless I be like, yo, can I record, blah, blah, blah. Can you do this little interview with me?
Okay.
Bro, like, look, bro, you mad right now.
So,
look at how mad he is, bro.
Yeah, so what you're doing is fine as long as nobody complains.
Right. Yes, ma'am. 100%.
Hey,
I already know that. I already know that.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
So that's fine. However, it is in the student code of conduct.
And like I said, when I see that, I'll provide that.
Yeah,
until then, I'm not letting my rights be violated.
Yeah.
So.
Life is crazy every day, I'm less stressed. I'm always out of bed, I guess I'm just insane and possessed. My vested interest is seeing the festering mess displayed on social media that I see through for the best. Most of reality leaves people feeling depressed, but that's cause life's depressing, getting over that's the test. Maybe that's a lesson you could possibly digest unless you're blessed and live in life where every day is like a rest. I digress and I jest, and yes, I'm a pest. Nevertheless, I must express that I'm here to impress. But that's because I like to entertain, and the insane and depraved are always on the list. You won't see me complain, wasting time crying over reality's a drain. Welcome to the internet, you best prepare your brain, because that's how life's online, 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 how life's online. Reality laughably doesn't bring more clarity to a world of adult children with emotional calamity, panicking frantically over microaggressions, stressing about individuals needing to learn their lessons, like your unconscious biases you can't even perceive. And this feeds into a narrative they want you to believe. It's reminiscent of a cult, but it's not your fault. If you're white, you can't help it, you're racist by default. The best you can do is recognize this is true, even though it really isn't, and there isn't any proof. Just dumb racist goose trying to build a society where white people are trusted to make judgments impartially. And ironically, it's not racist to judge everyone who is white as being born as a racist, you see. That's alright, however, claim all black people are born as criminals, and you'll be called a racist because obviously individuals. But that's how life's online, 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 how life's online.
So let me get my stuff. Rearrange. How y'all like that little tune? Y'all like that? That's Cognitive Talks from his channel's called Cog Music, where the music is, but he does live streams, not unlike what I do here. In fact, I kind of hijack the concept, but I do a totally different kind of thing with it. Usually at this point in time, I would do the Welcome to the Caucasian Sasquatch show, where Sasquatch says, but nobody cares. So let's see who we got in here before we get started with the videos. We're going to rock back, see who the first one to show up was. That was Cheese Bear, of course. She usually makes it in here first. I have no complaints on that. She's a great moderator. She really is. She'll put you out just for being a little rude sometimes. So don't test her. I would strongly advise against it. We got ATL Auditor, U.S. Constitution. He's here. We're gonna see about trying to get your link put in there here directly. Hawk Fan for Life 88, West Side Accountability, Road Dogs Media. How you doing, brother? Good to see you again. Keeper of the List, who subbed. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it muchly. Exiled One. That's pretty good. I like that. That's a pretty pimp name. That's pretty hardcore. I like that. Truth be told, my brother, you're in here. Get to posting your links and stuff. Do that thing. That kind of thing that happens there. We got Heather Holt. Good to see you. I'm glad you're in. And I think that's everybody. So 7 Freedom Audits. Already covered ATL. Russell, wait, where'd it go? Oh man, it's moving too quick. Russell Sperry. He's in here. Does he? I think he has some content. I want to check on that man, see if he's got something worth looking at. You never know. I love small channels. Not necessarily the smaller the better, but it's almost as if people between 100 subs and 1,000, maybe 2,000 subs, are really putting forth the most effort for the best content. Whatever it is they do, they found a niche, they found something that works, and they roll that into exactly what they want their channel to be, or they get used to doing that kind of content, which is sort of how I landed. Originally, I was going to read old westerns as long form content. That was my plan. I don't know where Harry Nuts is. He should be here. He knows this is happening. Mandatory's not going to come in because he went live about 10 seconds before I did, so we won't see him. And let's see who else. It's Shasta Valley. He might show up directly. I've kind of got my windows a little mixed up, so I won't be looking at the camera hardly at all because I do have an awful lot of windows going at the same time. This is rather confusing. Somehow I lost the oldest one. That's absolutely useless. That's the live part of live, folks. You don't know what's going on, and you really don't know why you're doing it. Anyway, thought this was recorded.
Yeah, they knew. They knew. They knew.
Look at them leaving.
Started early.
Can I have your card, please?
No idea who any of these people
A card?
are. Right? I recognize Mexican long hair. None of the other people.
You're the supervisor? Thank you. Were you making sure they were doing their job?
Talking to him, yeah.
Yeah, we've been watching you guys sitting over here talk. At least it wasn't that long. That was only like 15 minutes of wasted time, right?
That's what you say.
Well, what did you accomplish?
Well, that's not your business.
Oh, it's not?
No,
Why not?
because it's not.
Why?
You don't think that's a public interest to understand
No,
why you're
I
sitting
think it
here
is.
No,
doing nothing?
I think it's a very
you
public.
say I'm doing nothing.
Well,
anything
we were
else?
watching you for 15
My
minutes, dude,
man.
just talking.
Congratulations.
Right
Is
in
there
on-
anything
on
else
the
I can help you
computer.
with?
Go
Yeah,
straight
you might
for
want
the
to close your
Why not?
computer
It's right there.
when you're out in public.
Anything else? Okay. Have a good afternoon,
Yep,
guys.
you too.
Thank you.
Very arrogant.
Canada
Nice
is
display.
watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So this is the man with the master plan here. We got a Mexican long hair. I'm hosting him mainly because I kind of like the gimmicks on his channel. Not gimmicks, his lack of editing, his completely honest and upfront approach, and the fact that I don't think I've actually ever seen him in a domicile or structure of any type.
Uh, un-
Every time I have seen you, you have been in a vehicle of some description or walking from one vehicle to another one. So, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen you under an underpass.
uh, it's not true. First of all, the guy on the screen is the mustachioed long hair. That's not me. Heather points it out in chat.
Oh,
Not,
oh,
not MLH.
sorry. I was going through and looking at all your different thumbnails, and I thought, man, if folks don't click on that one, there's something wrong with them. Something wrong with these people. They're not curious about that picture right there. And I probably got 10,000 copies of this damn picture in my computer because it would not let me steal your thumbnail. I had to convince
Wow.
it it was something else.
Weird, man. Sorry about that.
No, dude, it's nothing on you. It's just this boomer brain took a little while to work around.
The mustachioed will do that, man. He'll screw up your computer. He steals my access to my computer, and he makes these random videos, and I don't really know how
They're
to.
fantastic, dude. They're some of my favorite content you've made. Actually, let me tell you how I found it, right? It's not
Okay,
you don't have it exactly, set out so somebody can just come hop into it. There is a playlist, but
right, right,
it
right,
doesn't just volunteer itself like some of
right,
your other long form content does, right?
right, right.
We were doing a live stream, and I was working on my, tank outside, and my hands were wet. When the live stream ended, I couldn't do anything with the phone, and it went into autoplay, and the next thing it played was one of your shorts, and then it dropped off into this stuff,
Mhm,
this
mhm.
weirdness, and I was like, "What in the actual heck is that? Oh my lord, what is that sounds like, but it can't be." And I went and looked, and I was like, "Oh, that's brilliant. That's a thumbnail right there, buddy. That's a million view thumbnail ever was."
I
So,
wish, man.
dude,
Well,
you let it happen, dude. Just be patient. Let it happen. I may use that as your picture for your PSA, your mental health PSA I'm gonna do. I'm not joking, dude. You do one of the best mental health PSAs ever. Uh,
um,
hey, April, Book Hermit,
uh,
Scoliosis. We got a
yeah.
bunch of people who
Let,
showed up
let me let me get this out of the way. Hello, everybody. There's too many people to address like I normally address, but hello, everybody. The mental health speech is really important, Sasquatch, and I do
I
that
agree.
because I never ever see anybody do it, whether it be a 1A auditor or a slice of life video person, or nobody ever really wants to talk about the tough issues.
That's true.
Whether it's dealing with homeless people, whether it's dealing with life in general, everybody has mental issues, and for some reason, not only does the general public not want to talk about it, the government certainly doesn't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about mental health in this country and address the core issues of what drives people to have so many issues with their mental health. So,
Hey,
um, I do it every chance I get.
yeah, man. It's actually a great message. The whole thing, the way you deliver it, the smoothness with like you practiced it or something, and maybe you have, I don't know, but it's solid gold, and I'm not joking. I'm gonna stick it at the end of my videos or the beginning of my videos. I'm gonna edit out your email address, but
Hey,
that's it's
by all
going.
means,
It's
I
solid gold, dude. I
yeah,
heard you do one a week ago, and I'm
mhm.
gonna go hunt it down because it was excellent. You weren't even trying. I don't even think you were on screen. You had your phone set on the dashboard or something,
Yeah, yeah.
and you just did a real heart to heart kind of talk, and it came through nice and clear. I'm gonna go get that one.
Yeah, whatever I mean, however, I totally agree with spreading that message. I have no issues if you guys want to do your own PSAs your own way. If you want to copy and paste my words, transcribe them, and put your own spin on them. No
I,
issues
I'm not
whatsoever.
going to jack up your content too much. I might go take a few chips of shorts out and stuff because I think that message, if I could find the right version of it that where you did a quick one,
Yeah,
I can make a short out of that, get that out there with your links on it and stuff.
yeah, no worries,
One of
man.
those things do really well sometimes
Oh, the shorts are crazy. You know why the shorts do so well? And
because
I don't do enough shorts. I really should get into doing some shorts, but it really doesn't mesh with my channel all that well. You know, I
right.
tried out a couple of things and it just wasn't working with the type of work I do. Mine are way more long-winded, you
You
know.
have that content in there, but it will take somebody who is familiar with your work and your channel to remember those things that you did that
Mhm.
was flawless or perfect or joke or whatever it is that's less than 56 seconds, and
Right,
then to convert it
right, right.
takes time.
Um, but the reason why shorts do so well is they work a lot like
'Cause
TikTok.
YouTube is broken.
Well, YouTube is broken, no question
They
about
they
that.
don't they count short views exactly the same as they count, regular views, like
Mhm,
2-minute, 3-minute video views, or even long form content views
mhm,
are all
mhm.
counted for the same way. So when I started my channel and I told a joke and got 3,000 views on like my first or second joke,
Yeah,
I was like, well, I got 3,000 views and 10 subs. I did my first live stream with 2 subs.
yeah.
Boom. Right? I was like, think I know how this works? No, not really. It's called
Right.
a Facebook stream.
Yeah. No, Sasquatch, that's great point. I mean, by the way, when I started out, my goal was 50 subs. So,
Right.
um, that's
So happy when I got 30.
what's that?
I was so happy when I got 30 subs.
Yeah, yeah. I
Hit 30
mean,
subs, I was like, "Damn, this might work."
here's some insight that my audience knows and I can share with you and yours. I I have another channel that I do, and it's called RP Grinders. You can see it on YouTube and Twitch. Twitch.tv/RP Grinders. And I'm not saying that to get more people to join because
Oh,
it's
go
it's
for it. No, dude, no, chill. Your content is my content for this show.
right.
Your job is to give us links. If you've got a PayPal link, drop that in the private chat, and I'll drop it in the live chat.
Okay. If you're forcing me to do so,
The shillinging, man.
I know. I
My
know.
show is a shill show. The purpose of this is
Yeah.
to get and whenever we upload it, whenever I do the little bit of editing that I do and I upload it, I'm gonna link your whatever links I can find associated with this stream, I'm gonna link it in the description.
Okay. Okay.
So
Fair enough.
you might have a PayPal, your channel link, whatever else I stumble across that's associated. So if you wanna post your other channel link too, that's
Yeah, it's just RP Grinders. It's twitch.tv/RP Grinders, but I'll definitely
that
give you
just
that.
seems weird.
Yeah, it is. It's a little weird. It's
Yeah, everybody's so anti-shield. "Don't shield on my channel. You're booted out. Go away. Get out of here. You're not even go on. You're not allowed." And I'm like,
Well,
"What?"
look, I'm a humble person. I'm not in it for money. I can tell you all that. I don't make any money on YouTube. Well, I mean, I do make money, but it's like it's very trivial. You know, that's not the reason why I uh I do what I do. But to go back to the RP Grinders thing, I've worked on that show for 14 years, going on 15 years. And yes, Cheese Bear put it in chat. Thank you very much. Cheese
She's
Bear.
great. I'm telling you, she's the best mod I've ever seen. She's at least as good as Judd. I'm
Oh,
gonna get him
really?
shackled up here directly.
Really? Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
dude, yeah,
Uh,
no, he's good.
that's
He's
high
really
praise.
good too.
That's really high praise.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. The RP Grinders thing I started about 14 years ago because I noticed there wasn't a channel or a show that dealt with video games and like politics and
Ooh,
like
that's harsh, dude. That's a
yeah.
harsh combination. You're talking about gamer language and politics, dude.
Well, yeah, gamer
Yeah,
language and politics, but also like pop culture and some of
sure.
the things that was lacking in my view. I wanted to create a show that specifically dealt with role playing games, which I'm sure you're familiar
Oh,
with,
yeah.
and Japanese role playing games. Like
Yeah,
nobody,
some of them are real good.
yeah, nobody was really talking about those at the time, right? So I decided, why don't I get with another person that has the same interest in mind? And we started the show, and quickly he soured. I found my current host Eric, who's is an amazing human being. And then about a year later, I think it was a year or two later, Breakman joined the show. So I have Eric RPG and Breakman on that show. It's live every I'm sorry, every Friday, 7 Eastern time on twitch.tv/RP Grinders. So I worked on that show, and I have a grand total of 20 subscribers after 14 years. So,
Wow.
um, yeah.
Man is a machine.
Yeah, I know, man. It's a rocket into space, right? It's
Yeah,
not it's
it's
unstoppable. Uh, it's but that purely is a labor of love, much like
yeah.
this channel is,
Yeah,
right?
this is completely because this is what I wanted to do. I
Yeah,
wanted to make a channel that breaks the YouTube algorithm, that
yeah,
takes everything you're not supposed to do with a YouTube channel and utilizes it for channel growth. I'm
right,
literally infecting the internet.
right, right. No, and I that's why I love your channel, Sasquatch. I ran across your channel because you were in my chat, I think,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I went looking.
yeah, somebody had, put your link, and I was like,
Very
"Well,
nice.
who's this,
Uh,
Sasquatch guy?" You know, I'm always curious. I'm always curious to find
oh
new and
yeah,
better content, stuff that, would pique my interest, and then I found out that you were highlighting some really small channels, and I was like, "You know what? This is really cool. This is what the internet really needs. This is what YouTube really needs, is somebody to, um, somebody to highlight the tiny channels, like in other words, a channel like RP Grinders, right? And
that's
and
fun
and
there.
give them
Keys
uh
Keys cannot find your RP Grinder link. Is there any
uh
chance you can drop
it
that
just
in private?
yeah, let me can let's see if I can get, I mean, I'm not okay, here we go. It's
We're in no rush. We're on your time, man. You've got
um
between 50 minutes and an hour if you want it, hour and a half if that's how long it takes you to
hey,
talk
I
about
mean, I'm down. I have
it.
nothing else to do. So
Well, I wanna get into what you've been doing for the past few days. I've got a few people here that have no idea. Hey, April, how you doing?
okay, well, let's talk about that. There's my RP Grinders Twitch link, if you want, and you could just search
Yeah,
RP Grinders on YouTube and you'll find it, Cheese Bear. So, um, you know,
cheers.
um, here's a rundown of what happened the past few days for those not in the know. K Dot, DJ K Dot the Party, which he can be found on YouTube as well. I don't know the link, so somebody would have to put that into chat. But the rundown is about 7 months ago. Um, K Dot actually had a warrant put out on his car, which sounds strange.
Wow.
Yeah, it sounds a little strange, but he was uh, pulled over for speeding, right? But there was no way that the speeding charge, I mean, it was such a ridiculous thing to do. The way that it happened is they were the policeman was going one way, KDOT was going the other, and apparently this Nostradamus of a police officer caught KDOT speeding for I think it was like 7 miles over the speed limit or something of that nature. So he made an illegal U-turn to get over to where KDOT was, pull him over, and KDOT was like, "I want to
Was
see
that
the
the
radar."
video? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, yeah, he's
That
got a
was
video.
videoed. I saw that one, didn't I? I
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a video on it. It's totally ridiculous. So, um, basically, the long and short of it was KDOT was unwilling to give his ID because the officer didn't want to show him the radar, right? So
Right.
instead of the radar, or instead of the cop, like pulling him out of the car and making a big scene, he just put a warrant out on KDOT's car. So and he made it very clear in the video, whether it's now or later, we're gonna get you, kind of thing. And so K-Dot left. He didn't think anything of it. So fast forward a few days, he's out in Aurora and he's out on a scene. He cares deeply about the city of Aurora, right? And we can get into that at some point. But basically, um, the long and short of it is he got eventually got arrested for obstruction in Aurora, based and it was purely based on the warrant in Denver. All right, they found out who he was, which they already knew who he was, and they found out he had a warrant in Denver. So they were looking for any reason possible to hem him up right then and there, so they could throw him in jail. And
Right.
they found, I mean, they decided on obstruction, which fast forward to 3 days ago. KDOT's my friend, so of course I was going to be there to support KDOT at the courthouse. I was fully intending to go on into the courthouse, and they denied my access based on a judge's order. So I said, well, screw it. I'll just wait in my car, but I'll make a live out of it like I do every day. The only difference is I'm not going to do my normal Colfax run. I'm going to sit in this parking lot until I
Yeah.
figure out some sort of resolution, right? So I did just that, and I talked for I think a total of 8 hours on that particular
Yeah,
one.
no,
So
I was there with you for most of that one. I kept expecting them to walk out any minute now.
yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be a 1 day deal. I thought they might have dropped the charges because it was absurd. I saw the video several times, and yes, KDOT got a little um, boisterous. He used foul language. He called the
You know,
cops names, which
I
is
think I covered
perfectly
it on the
legal.
show the last time we were the last what was it? Maybe Harry Nuts or
Uh-huh.
I showed it somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was an extraordinary video in that KDOT someone said, well, KDOT kind of brought it upon himself. And I thought about that long and hard, and I'm like, no, that's perfectly fine what he did. I mean, it's not fine morally. Like, you can have your feelings about whether or not you should be doing those type of things. And I've talked to KDOT about this. Like, my style is a little different. When I get into cop watching, I let them make mistakes before I even have a chance to make a mistake. So it was it just was an extraordinary scene, and it was blown out of proportion. Long story short, he got arrested. So the first day was coverage of the trial. It ended up adjourning into the next day, which wasn't super um, out of the ordinary, let's say, because sometimes they go 2 days long or whatever. So I was there another day, the next day, and I think I did a total of 7 hours on that stream. And that one was kind of extraordinary because I decided to do kind of a panel with Road Dog, um, and a couple other people joined, and we were discussing issues, and we actually got to listen to a good portion of what was going on inside the courtroom. But somebody must have been watching my channel and squealed to Aurora, the
Right.
Aurora court, and it got shut down, basically, in a nutshell. So from that point, we were just relying on people to relay messages um, in the chat, and I was doing kind of a play-by-play type deal, right? So,
No, that
and
was brilliant. I really liked it.
um, which was really cool. I mean, I can't thank the people that did that enough. I know Ellie was in there.
Yeah, she's really good
Dragonette,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Another
Dragonette did.
mod right there.
Yeah, Dragonette bit. Ellie's an amazing mod.
I like
She's
Dragon channel. I like the way she goes about it.
right. And I exalt Dragonette's channel almost beyond all everybody else's channel because she has an extraordinary channel. What she does on her channel is cop watching, but the way that it should be done for somebody that's maybe a little more timid about these things, someone that doesn't want to get into any
All she needs is a
conversations.
better camera. She just needs something she can get a good zoom on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dang,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
really dang.
She's gonna have a great. I
There's
mean,
another one. He
look,
sneaks up on cops. I showed a few of those earlier while you were driving. A
yeah,
few of his. He's killer, dude. Some of his stuff's great.
yeah,
It's at
yeah.
gold.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, it's her channel is just I hold her channel in super high regard, and I highly recommend people watch her channel and support her because she's an extraordinary human being. And her cop watches are basically cop watching 101, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they're like classics.
yeah, yeah.
Done
This is
just like the old days when it was what was his name? Dastardly Dan
yeah, yeah,
and that I can't remember the names back before YouTube would boot you for saying naughty words.
yeah, yeah.
Them
So
boys, Eric Grant, all them, yeah.
yeah, I mean her channel is just amazing. Just amazing Sasquatch. And I can't say enough about her and the channel. I mean, that's somebody that you really want to get to do an interview with because she's just
That's
extraordinary.
true. Truth
Yeah.
be told, just walk up on him and hope you don't get shot.
Yeah, I know. I
He
know.
pop up, turn his light on right next to him, be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, I'm more that way, right?
Brilliant.
I want to get up into the middle of the scene. I want to know what's going on. Like I want to get you guys the information. And I do my thing a little bit differently than Dragonette does, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with what Dragonette. I heard somebody say, "Oh, well, she never like talks to the cops." You know, she never. I mean, she doesn't have to. You know, that's the whole point. She's watching what they're doing just to make sure they're doing the right thing. And I'm sure if she got into it, she would be able to tell them a piece of her mind too. You know, it's like me. I'm very reserved. I'm very respectful. But don't push me around because you're gonna hear it, type deal. You know,
Yeah.
so that's how I handle things. You
I'll
know,
give you as much respect as you give me. If you start off barking orders at me, I'm just gonna clam up and I'm gonna do like the 4-year-old. I'm gonna cross my arms and just like this and wait until you get your shit together enough to have a conscious conversation with
yeah, yeah. Exactly. I mean, I won't budge. You know, I mean, the other day I was out on an extraordinary scene as well. It was a shooting.
Yeah,
Um,
that was sad.
I mean, I've done so many shootings, Sasquatch, so I can't keep them all straight, it seems anymore. But you know, sometimes cops want to give you unlawful orders. You know, and you
Yeah,
have to be able.
that's truth be told, the primary sticking point is somebody telling him which way to go.
Yeah, I don't
Boy.
like. I really don't like it. I mean,
And
yeah, yeah. It's not something I take lightly either. If somebody's giving me an unlawful order, I'm just not going to do it. If an officer, I have a video. It's one of the few that I pulled from my live streams because I mostly do live streams, right? And there's a video where there's a I call him the porn stash cop, right? And because he's got that typical porn stash type deal, and he got kind of pissy with
hold
me,
on,
and he,
hold on. Are we talking like the golden age of 70s porn stash? Because that
uh,
can't do it.
yeah,
You
um,
see this, and I can't do it. The glory of can't do it.
if you want to play it, you could probably find it on my channel, man. It's not that long of a
This
video.
this is all beautiful. I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah,
Where is
yeah.
this place? Where are we at?
This is in Las Vegas. The video that you're showing of mine right there. This is a slice of life video I
Elijah?
did. See, it's at the MGM Grand, I believe.
Right.
The shark experience there, and it's an extraordinary place in itself. So I decided to. I even worked on my vacation. Right, Bernie and I went on vacation. We went to Vegas, and every day I produced videos for everybody and uploaded. So. And I even did cop watches there, and I prevented somebody from getting a ticket and getting arrested there too. So
That's great.
yeah, I mean,
So
even on
you're
my
like
vacation,
a
I'm working.
superhero, dude. Come swooping in out of the dark, releasing people from custody. That's freaking
I've done
awesome.
that on way more than one occasion, Sasquatch. I kid you not. Like
I
I don't.
know. I've seen it come. Like there's a few times when you show up, and just because you're there, they
Mhm.
wrap up whatever it is they're doing and send them on the way.
Oh yeah,
Just,
yeah.
just
Yeah, and
you're good.
I've cut down DUI stops a couple on a couple of occasions too. I can't stand DUI stops because they're not there for any purpose but to say that they're doing something. They cost an extraordinary amount of money with the amount of police force that's out there, and they don't do anything to um, curb drunk driving or anything of that nature. They very rarely arrest people. I mean, it's just it's just a farce, is what it is when it comes to the DUI stop. So yes, I've stopped. I've shut down a couple of DUI stops. I've helped a few people get out of sticky situations, up to including one person that told me he had warrants and he got let go. So it is possible to make a difference. You know what I'm
Which,
saying? So
that kinda tickles me too, because, I mean, if they're reducing the threshold at which, or increasing the threshold at which they decide what is a felony versus a misdemeanor,
mhm,
why are
yeah.
they worried about somebody obstructing with a camera
Uh,
because he stepped forward?
yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Um,
by the way, K. Dot was found not guilty.
yes.
He is completely exonerated. My
Yeah.
man was right on point. It is not against the law to be an asshole. You are
Right.
perfectly free to do so. It is required etiquette that a cop be courteous as per
Yeah.
their policy.
Yeah.
Um, there's no point in being unprofessional at any point, but if you're
Right.
not a professional,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was so happy, Sasquatch. I stood in that parking lot for 3 days, and when that verdict came down, like I was really sweating it because the level-headed Ellie. I keep going back to Ellie. Ellie was like pointing out like what she was hearing because she actually um heard what was going on in the courtroom along with a few others. I couldn't because I was doing the live stream. I wanted live reaction. I wanted to get the exclusive, with KDOT, whether it would have went against him or for him. Things like that. And that's another thing I do on my channel that I think is slightly different than people. I do interviews. Like I'm kind of a man on the street when it comes to that. Like if I'm at a scene, I was at a scene where there was a double murder, and this guy was coming towards me, and I did a quick interview with him. I was like, excuse me, sir, do you know what happened in that building? And he said, yes, my brother got shot and killed in there. And that was super poignant. But I thought it was important to get somebody that may have known what was going on in there. And that same video, I turned around to my right, and there was a woman coming, so I decided to ask her too. And she said, she came to me and she asked me what happened in there. And I said, well, there was a double murder in there. And she started bawling. And I said, I'm sorry. What, she goes, well, my son was in there. And I'm like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't, you might want to talk to the officer over there. Don't, make any assumptions, stuff like that. So she did go over there and she found out that it wasn't her son, thankfully, that was involved in the shooting, but it was her son's friends that were shot and killed inside that building. So, it's things like that I think set my channel apart from anything else out there. I ask the pertinent questions, I think, at the right time. Sometimes I'm not perfect. I miss things. But for the most part, if you want somebody, yep,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, no, go
Apologize.
right ahead.
This is
Um,
great. I just noticed this in your stack. I'm gonna look at
which one is this one?
uh at what, medieval times or something. I'm not sure where you're at.
Oh, this is okay, this is a fun video. This is also in Las Vegas. This is what do they call this? Tournament of Kings is what they call it. That's at Excalibur. And it's a fun show, guys. You get dinner in the show. You couldn't ask for more. I think it costs like 65 bucks for the whole works. And it was just a rollicking good time.
That's
And
great. You get a big old chicken leg to eat while you're sitting up there.
oh
They
no,
all
you get a whole chicken. They give you a
like,
whole chicken.
oh, that's
It's
cool. And
yeah,
we're
it's a
not
small.
talking about them Cornish hens, are we?
No, 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 they're a little bit bigger. So you get a full meal. You get the potatoes, you get
Oh, that's super cool.
yeah, a full
Yeah,
chicken. They don't give you utensils either, so you have to eat it all with your hands like medieval times. It's just a fun time. I highly recommend it. It's a really cool little show. So especially if you're like a dork like me and likes like Renaissance festivals and
oh yeah, I love them, dude. One of the best times I ever had in my life. it was absolutely fantastic. It wasn't a Renaissance festival. It might as well have been. I
Yeah.
went to Dragon Con in 2004 or 5. I don't remember exactly,
Yeah.
but I went up there and got smacked around by Guar.
Oh wow.
The band, I don't know if it was actually them or some guys in their costumes or whatever, but they were present. They were at the place. They were signing autographs and stuff. I was on my way up an escalator when
Yeah.
this big foam hammer come down the escalator, bowling people over, and some monsters come running through fighting each other. War, tearing
Yeah,
hell around.
I
It was
love
great.
gore, man.
There,
Yeah.
there were chicks in chainmail bikinis and guys running around wearing full plate. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I love Gore, by the way. Gore's an amazing band.
They're
One of my,
certainly interesting.
yeah,
They take a certain getting used to, I guess.
yeah, they're not
You
for
know,
everybody.
where
They're
they're going.
definitely more on the crass side of things, but I love Gore. I think they're an amazing band. But
Yeah, I got smacked by one of their air hammers. You know, the thing that dude
yeah,
like, ugh.
I've always wanted to go to a Gore show. I never had the chance, but I'm sure I'll get a chance coming up soon. They're always touring, so yeah.
I do
That's-
stuff off that escalator so quick and make your head spin, man. I said it was going down the escalator, not up it. I was like, I don't even know what the hell that thing is. I was familiar with Guar at the time. I was maybe 17, 18, maybe
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's an amazing time for sure, man. They
Yeah,
have good stuff.
that's a groovy place. I dig it.
Yeah, man. If you're ever in Vegas, make sure you check it out, man. It's a fun little deal. See, I do stuff like that too, man. I'm it's not always doom and gloom on my channel. You get
No, you're see the reason I watch your channel, the whole reason, like Harry told me about it. I
Yeah.
showed up once or twice.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Jeff Ron, my brother, my friend, you're my best troll.
Yeah.
Anyway, whole reason I started watching your channel is I like showed up and I hit you up. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And you was tinkering with your phone or something. You're like, "Yeah, I'm kind of busy," and you were like chatting or something with some other thing, and then you went live.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "That's kind of weird. How's that even a thing? How's it?" Okay, whatever. I don't know how the phone works. I don't use my phone to do any of this. I
Yeah.
keep my phone independent. It's over here so I can do the whole, modding and unmodding of stuff without having to fiddle around with it a whole bunch. It counts as an extra view, so why not?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Bernie's in chat. What's up, Bernie? I just want to give a special
Yeah.
shout out to Bernie. She's working hard. She is the hot tub hostess.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Hot tub time machine is another thing I do on the show with Bernie B exclusively. I will never do a hot tub without Bernie B. Let's just put it that way.
Groovy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a hot tub stream at 1,000 subs if I make it that far.
Okay, I'm sure you will.
I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious. I've got it all worked out. I've already got the whole thing planned out. It's a done deal. I'm gonna literally test and see how close I can get to the hot tub before YouTube strikes me. Takes me out. I got a whole gimmick planned out for it. It's not going to be a fat black guy in the hot tub. I'll tell you that much.
That's awesome, man.
Good.
I encourage it, man. And somebody pointed out, I think they were offended by my hot tub hours, right? And somebody pointed out, what direction is your your channel going, and all this. And I said,
direction you happen to roll, brother.
Exactly. Like, look, I created the hot tub, and Bernie made hot tub a thing, right? Like without Bernie, there's no hot tub. I'm telling you.
And Trolleosis and what's that one? Kansas City Northwest, whatever. They both just wandered in. It's good to see you. This is great.
Yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Glad you guys could support Sasquatch. He's got an extraordinary
you, brother. You just had a rough 3 days, man. You did the full camp out 2 days, 3 days, 3 days.
It wasn't easy. I'm going to tell you, Sasquatch.
Oh, I know, man. I can't.
Yeah, I had to take Bernie to work in between times sometimes and get back over to the courthouse. I never expected that I would spend 3 days there, but like I
I
told everybody,
feel for you,
uh,
brother.
yeah, like I told everybody on my stream, and I'll tell all of your stream. Um, I do that type of thing for my friends. You know, if somebody is in trouble and I'm friends with them, then I'm going to be there all the way. You know, and that's what I did for K Dot. He's a good guy and a good friend. So so
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm gonna try to fang schwangle him into an interview at some point. I want to bring him on a show, his channel out. He's got some real cool stuff too. He's got a
Yeah.
bunch of real cool
Oh,
videos.
he's got a great channel, man. A great.
Sometimes he goes real hard.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something that I've talked to him about. His use of foul language is definitely protected, but I would recommend against doing it against cops because that's one more thing that could go against you in a case where you get arrested and you have to fight the charges. Like it comes into play. It shouldn't at all, but human nature is to look at towards the bad things and never the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I highly recommend against cussing at cops because it mostly won't get you anywhere.
Yeah,
Have I
you're
done it
never gonna
before?
get ahead in life that way.
Yeah. Have I done it before? Yes, I have. I've been pretty pissed off at cops at times, especially when I'm on homeless outreach. I do a lot of homeless outreach. Which, speaking of Canada, I don't know if Canada's in chat, but he sent me an extraordinary gift through PayPal, and I went and bought some hand warmers, which I'm very high on to give to homeless people. Um, but I'm gonna match that, and I'm also gonna contribute some socks, and I'm gonna do a homeless outreach video very soon where I hand out hand warmers and socks to the homeless people out here. So, yeah, I do that type of thing. Like my channel is not one thing. It's a multitude of things, and you have to take everything as a whole. You can't. Yeah, to say that I don't have a direction is definitely not true. There's a definite direction, and that's up for my channel. So that's what I tell people when they say that there's no real direction. I say yes, there is a direction, and it's up.
I wanna
Uh, this
take
video
one
is
second here.
yeah,
I have an abstract look in here. It's Tom. He's absolute. He does this art show. He has paintings on his channel, but he also does live streams of painting those paintings.
yeah.
And the specific one that got me hooked on his channel was I think the name of it is Fall,
Uh-huh.
and it is absolutely stunning. I mean, the man starts with a black canvas and paints a fall breeze through a tree that's turned the color of flame. It's amazing. He also does another series where he paints an abstract picture of the flavors of food.
Mm,
Think
I
that
love
one through for a second.
I love
It's great, dude. Some of his stuff's kinda it's out there, and, a couple of them make me think like some HP Lovecraft type stuff, like some
yeah,
serious Dungeons& and Dragons back in the day getting creepy and evil on some folks.
yeah.
Some of it's pretty wicked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. I
Check 'em out,
love that type of stuff.
put your link in the chat.
Yeah, I love that stuff, man. That's really
Abstract
cool.
that.
I might have to give you a sub abstract after the show for
Oh,
sure.
he's cool, dude. About once a week or so, he comes on live and he'll sit and do anything from like a watercolor to a charcoal sketch or something. I mean, it's something.
Yeah, yeah. You
It's
wrote
not Bob Rossi at all. I know it sounds Bob Rossi, but he's
no,
not
no.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
He's got a joke on my channel. Yeah,
I'll
I
have
just
to
him into telling me a joke. You gonna tell me a joke? You gonna send me a joke to post?
who me?
Yeah, I tricked him into doing it on his live stream.
Uh I only know one joke and it's fairly long-winded if you have a couple of
Well, Imma
minutes.
tell you what I told, mandatory carry. You film it however you wanna film it. If you wanna do it vertical, do it vertical. If you wanna do it square, however you wanna do it. Post it to your channel in the proper form, the way the joke's supposed to be posted. I will go poach it off of your channel edit it down to a short, and it might be horrible. It may be really, really bad. It might be really, really bad. I did one with mandatory carry. He told me an almost 3-minute joke that he wanted me to make into a short. I was like, it's got 2,000 views.
Yeah, I don't know if you can condense this joke down into a
Well,
short though.
just
So
take your time to tell it right then, and
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see what we can do with it.
for sure.
Sit
But
down and
I'll,
get it
I'll make sure
good.
and do that for you, Sasquatch, only for you, because I know
Yeah,
you do
man.
the
I know I
joke.
get a lot of people to do jokes like Untethered Live, one of my very first guests. He tried and tried and tried to tell a joke, but he's just not a joke teller.
Yeah.
And then one day he was on live and somebody said something that triggered the other end of a joke, and it was flawless. 3,000 views.
I love it. I love it, man.
So
That's pretty.
great. Now I link whoever does the joke. I link their channel in the first comment, pin it to the top so that it doesn't get lost. It's right there. It generates straight to whatever video from the joke that, like with mandatory carry, where I edited his joke down.
Mm-hmm.
It's linked straight back to the video of the original joke.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if I do it, I'll just give you the video, and you're more than welcome to use it, man. I've got no problem. But like I said, it's a fairly lengthy joke, but it's a fairly good look into the humor
Great. You
of
can
rape.
share your channel. You're a mod.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry.
So the video that you're looking at
Yeah.
there,
So what's up with this mustachious handsome devil here?
yeah, this came about. This is just well, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but this guy here, all right, is
He
clearly,
looks nefarious.
yeah, he is. This guy steals airtime on my channel from time to time. He'll make a video, right? And mostly it's about right now he's on this there's a climax coming up on a series of videos with the mustachioed one when it comes to Regan Benson. He's got it in for Regan Benson, and
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. I'm too new to the channel, I guess.
yeah, Regan Benson is an extraordinary human being. She does homeless outreach, and she's a fierce protector of um, uh,
Downtrodden? Use
the
the word downtrodden. I
downtrodden.
wanna hear it.
She has her own nonprofit. She's just an extraordinary human being. I mean, she fights injustice with the cops at every turn. You can go on her channel, you can find a video now where she finds these cops just sitting there doing nothing, and they end up giving her a ticket, her husband a ticket, for simply, being parked apparently too far away from the curve, and it was clear retaliation. And I mean, but she does this type of stuff all the time. She's an amazing human being. You guys should really check out Regan Benson. But mustachioed ran with something. He steals time on. I mean, he somehow he breaks into my channel, and he puts up these videos, kind of like daring Regan Benson to do an interview with him. He does detective work apparently, and he has these. You want to talk about abstract paintings? He has these paintings where he captures just certain happenings with Regan Benson. And I think once he's done with he's already said once he's done with Regan, he's going to go after me. And I don't think anybody in the 1A community is safe from the mustachioed one. So that's the deal with the mustachioed one. He's got a ton of videos on my channel. So, you just got to check it out. He has I mean, he's obviously ugly, right? There's no question about it. He's one of the most nefariously ugly people on the planet. He pretends like, I think that's a wig. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's trying to look like me, but it definitely looks like a wig to me, fashioned in the same fashion that I got on my hair. It's just
Yeah,
really weird.
he's a nefarious looking fellow, no doubt. I
Yeah,
wouldn't trust
yeah, I
him.
I wouldn't trust him
Eyes
at
are
all.
too wide apart and a little shifty.
Yeah, he's a little shady, no doubt. And
Really shifty.
yeah, he talks weird. Somehow, I mean, he managed to get a vehicle that looks exactly like mine. So I don't know what he's trying to pull there. Like he is just something else. So that's the mustachioed And if you ever see him, just run the opposite direction, y'all. Just saying. So that's the mustachioed, and there's a playlist of the mustachioed on the channel as well. If you want to get, I wouldn't personally click on those videos just because of I just don't want to.
I'm not going to force you to sit through them. That wasn't my plan. It's just I was scrolling through, looking at your
Yeah.
looking at your stuff, and I saw that thing there, and I went, man, that is a thumbnail to end off thumbnails right there. Anytime you're ever interviewed, I swear to God, they're gonna go pick this one out. I almost didn't do it. I actually saved the image and then went looking for a different one. I was trying to find one with a big YouTube smile on it, you know.
I mean,
Big,
yeah,
you got smiles, but you don't look at the camera when you're doing it. It's not squared up right. So
right.
I said, this is perfect. That's flawless. That's great. Somebody
let's go
else
ahead
thinks there's something wrong with them.
Let's go ahead and listen. It's only a couple minutes, if you don't mind,
Yeah,
Sasquatch, so you guys know what we're dealing with.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Mustachioed long hair here, not to be confused with that fraud, the Mexican long hair. People say we look a lot alike. I don't see the resemblance, but the way that you guys can tell is
this guy's clearly
I'm the better looking of the two. I've hijacked the aforementioned Mexican long hair's channel to inform you all that I have irrefutable proof that Regan is a cop. Now, I don't have much time, so I would just tell you that this proof will be coming in a future video, and I hope you guys stay tuned to this channel. Don't let him know that, don't let that Mexican know that I hijacked his channel. But I have irrefutable proof that Regan Benson is in fact a cop. So in a future video, in order to counteract the Ms. Benson's Is Regan a Cop series, I will provide proof that indeed Regan Benson is a cop. You guys are going to want to watch that video because it's going to be a banger. And make sure you tell your friends. I don't have much time. I see the Mexican long hair, so I'm going to have to end this video. But you guys like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that the proof is coming. So take care, everybody. I got to run.
This is virtual care with doctors.
Brilliant, dude. I love absolutely every second of that.
Yeah. It's interesting because the mustachioed one does provide proof later on. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I think it's the next one or maybe the one after.
Yeah.
Here. I just hijacked the Mexicans channel for a quick second here. I promise you guys proof, and I always deliver. So I want to show you guys this artist rendition of an eyewitness account of a possession that Regan had earlier this week. Now, I can't divulge my sources, but here is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but here it is. This is an artist rendition of the badge that Miss Benson had in her possession. You can see there, it even has her badge number, 616. So next time you see or hear a video from Regan, you tell her that I know via the mustachioed long hairs video that you're a cop. Special Police Benson, badge number 616. Like, share, subscribe down below. Let me know what you think of that fraud Regan. And I will bring you guys even further proof that Regan is in fact a cop. So
ridiculous.
I'm out. And no, I'm not the Mexican long hair. Do you see any stupid horror hats on my head? Later.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Mustachioed long hair here.
Just ridiculousness, Sasquatch. He's just absolutely ridiculous, man. I don't know what to say about that.
My Lord. just keeps going on, doesn't it? That
Oh
is
God, man. I mean, you get this guy going, man, and he just over and over. He's got all this proof, and it's getting harder and harder to get him to
that's
just
good
stop.
stuff.
I mean, it's
That is
just
really good stuff, brother. I really
yeah,
like that. I'm not necessarily saying to take that character further, which by all means, if you dig it, if do what tickles you, man. I'm gonna tell you, the strangest thing that happened was when I did my first few videos and they got like 10 or 15 views, and I was like,
yeah,
"Oh, that's cool." And I told a joke and
yeah,
got a couple of hundred views, and I told another joke and it got 2.5 thousand views, and I told another joke and it got like 3,000 views, and I was like, "Wait a second, I can do this. Hold up."
yeah, yeah,
I worked it out so that for a while I was trying to expand out my content a little bit. I did some Odin Seas, which I'm going to keep on because that seems to be popular and people seem to dig it. Although I screwed up the sound past couple of them. I
yeah.
uploaded them all on the same day, and something happened in the upload or maybe in the recording or something. But I listened to all of them and they were fine. Uploaded them, they sound like crap, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
redo it. I'm not
I mean,
redoing it.
I mean that happens, man. I mean, you just got to roll with it at times, Sasquatch. Like, there's a lot of times I do lives, and I catch like just real choppy, choppiness, and
Well,
it's
when you're
tough to
doing
deal with.
lives, you're mobile, man. You're out there moving around and doing stuff, and you're
Yeah.
going. You know about where all the coverage spots are. You're like, we're fixing to drop out over here. We'll be picking it up about that third light pole over yonder. Like, wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. How do you know that? I
Well,
guess
look,
you've been there long enough.
you do as many runs. I basically the main crux of the channel is to do cop watch, and all I do basically, and it seems very boring to people because at times, because I go from one end of Colfax to the other. But in that frame, I hit three cities usually, right? I hit Lakewood, I hit Denver, and I hit Aurora, or vice versa. So there's a lot that can go on that street. It's called Colfax. It's the longest continuous street in the entirety of the United States. So I mean, if I wanted to, I could drive 20 miles on one street, no brakes, right? There's no, it does curve at one point, but you can go all the way from the foothills of the mountains to almost the eastern plains
Yeah,
just on
um,
Colfax.
Tom ain't far from you, man.
What's that?
Tom, Abstract Truth,
Yeah.
Abstract Look. He's in Denver.
Oh, wow. That's really
Or
cool.
thereabouts. He says, wait, I don't know. I'm not gonna put it up on screen, but he's in. Um, he drives on Kofax every single day to work.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
might be in some of your background videos. I got another reason to go look and see if I can find his ass out there creeping.
Maybe, man. I mean, you got to look at those videos, man.
If
I'm
only
I'm
we'd have done this the other way around, I could have sent you to his art show.
I
He
would
had an
love
art
that,
show,
man.
and he was like, "Well, maybe somebody from the show will show up." And I was like, "Oh, I've
Yeah,
only
why
got."
not, man? I'd love to go see abstract looks art for sure. So
He's has some. I'm telling you, man, it's really cool stuff. I really like it. I really
maybe
do.
abstract look would like to design a new logo for me, because I am looking to do a new logo. I don't know if that would be something that I could commission abstract to do. I don't have a ton of money, but man, I would love to get with you and
Pretty sure he's doing the whole starving artist bit, so, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a whole ton of money either.
no, I know. I mean,
I might be able to work something out.
none of us do, man, but I'll be willing to pay for something. An original piece for my logo would be awesome. We'll have to talk abstract look. Colfax and Teller. Wow,
We're
man, I'll
still
have to
showing
check
his
it out.
art at the gallery currently.
I know exactly where that's at. Abstract look. I'll have to stop in. I pass by there almost every day. So, yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. That would be extraordinary. I love artwork, and I do love Geiger and all, and like all that stuff. Geiger, Cthulhu,
Yeah.
all that fantasy art type
He
style.
his it's hard to quantify exactly what his normal art style is
Right.
because I'm not sure any of it's actually normal. He's got some fairly surrealistic stuff. He's got some some of it kind of has a weird Van Gogh-y kind of poke at it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really, just the color choices, maybe. I'm not sure. I'd really dig it. I like going to his live streams because his live streams are still kind of tiny, and the
Mm-hmm.
people that are there are all people that know him, and they come in like Jeff does and like hard trolls him, and he's just
Mm-hmm.
like, whatever, just whatever. Let them go. They're
Yeah.
fine. They're views. It'll be fine. So
Yeah. I'm trying to actually email him now with my uh let's
yeah,
see.
we'll get y'all hooked up. If I'll email him your email or whatever,
Okay,
if
cool.
he knows
Cool,
that.
cool,
We'll
man.
get
That's groovy, man. Groovy for sure.
he's a good guy. He's a real sweet kid. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
at least hear my wife tell he's a cutie too.
Oh, well, I mean,
Uh, one of the
hey,
best parts about that joke that I got him to tell,
yeah.
I told him a joke in chat. Like he was painting, and I told him a joke, and he read the joke out loud. And then when he read the punchline, there's this split second of involuntary right, and the YouTube algorithm picked that scene out for the thumbnail.
That's awesome, man. That's really
Glorious,
cool.
dude. I laughed my butt off when I saw exactly what frame it picked because you don't get no choice on that one at all. On
Yeah,
shorts, it's just
yeah,
whatever it picked.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much my channel in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
appreciate it.
You know, I mm,
We ain't no huge hurry. We ain't no huge hurry. We what we usually do after the live stream, I got this little play out number that I do. Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like a little closing doohickey. I've got something queued up here that I'm gonna let play from the Carnal Conservative, a previous guest who has graciously allowed me to use clips from his stream of consciousness ramblings.
Mm,
He's got a fairly consistent type of content. It's all basically this kind of thing. He's got a few other things that he does. He's got a live stream show that he does. I think he does a something kind of role playing gameish Dungeons and Dragons type stream
mm,
with his wife or something. I'm unsure exactly what all
mhm,
that's about, but
mhm,
I haven't managed to catch those. But I've been listening to this dude for about a year maybe. I met him over on through Mandatory Carry, who
mhm,
is Olstead, Detzlov, Dedislav Mandatory Carry now for some strange reason.
mhm,
Anyway, this dude basically just sits and spews whatever spews out of his conscious orifice into the ether sphere and screaming
right,
into the void. So,
right.
like, I don't specifically necessarily agree with all of his topics or
Mhm,
all of his concepts, but
mhm,
we can agree to disagree and discuss it. He
right.
certainly got me in the weeds pretty quick on my show when I did a show with him. He
Yeah.
had me out amongst the unseen edges of the world. So
Yeah.
my question is, do I wanna do this before or after I do the play out music?
Let's do it before. Why not?
Okay. We'll do it before, we'll have us a little talky talk, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we'll do the play.
for sure.
Yeah, pretty good. It's only about, I think a minute and a half of this.
All right.
Probably not play that long.
The fact is, whether or not, they had just cause to community police. And either you want to live in a world where you have a right to be a good man and do good things and stop criminals, or you want to have that right abdicated based on the color of your skin. We don't need to complicate that any further. We don't need to discuss or uh, put blame on the McMichaels for any contrived reason because it makes us feel better. We don't need to do that. We don't need to be reasonable here. There is no reason to not, even if you don't believe the McMichael situation was ideal, obviously, even if you feel that they should have done, quote unquote, done better, why would you give ammunition and apologia to a side that doesn't give a damn?
Okay.
Hmm. That's
He does not. He doesn't just do like current events cases and stuff. He mostly covers current events. Him and like Ozark Yeoman are two of my or two. Well, Ozark Yeoman is one of my favorite channels ever, and he does absolutely no branding. He will not advertise for himself. He kind of frowns on me advertising for him, and I just love his content. It's great.
Yeah.
He does a similar kind of thing where he just talks into the camera, talks into
Yeah.
the microphone in the dark room,
Yeah.
with a lit candle or something. You know.
Yeah, I kind of like the concept of like talking like just out into the ether and not expecting much in return or expecting you to change anything. You're just getting your general thoughts out
Total
there.
Conservative has been a freaking machine when it comes to this stuff. He doesn't do lives as often as you do. I mean, you're out there every day. I mean, you're doing this stuff day in and day out, day in and day out.
Yeah.
Like truth be told, he does the same thing.
Yeah.
He's out there every night, every other night. He's
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
I
guy
haven't
doesn't even push his channel.
Yeah,
He
I mean, he
literally
really
just
should,
should.
do that because this is his work. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a body of work
It's
that,
a passion project for him, I
yeah.
believe.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I mean, I basically look at my channel as a passion project in itself,
Thank you,
right?
Jesus.
Um, I, uh, I definitely don't do this for money. You know, that's not. I mean, even though my channel is monetized and I do accept cash apps and PayPal's
Sure,
and
sure.
super chats and stuff like that. That's not the point of the channel. Like somebody had to really like pry my teeth out in order to get me to even get a PayPal or a cash app.
Yeah,
People.
no, I wasn't planning on doing a PayPal until some specific thresholds are met, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not doing this show for money. I'm doing this show to show your channel. I'm doing this show to show
right,
Carmen's channel. I'm
right,
doing this show to show someone else's channel. That's
right,
my
right.
content.
Which, in all honesty, Sasquatch, I've watched a few episodes of your channel, and it's an extraordinary channel in itself because it's doing something that nobody really is doing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that
Yeah,
the
that's exactly why I'm doing it.
yeah, and I
You've
feel
got
kind
people
of
out there who are laughing at folks on the internet. You've got things like the kill stream and the what is it, internet blood sport streams and stuff like that,
yeah,
where they're trying to find stuff specifically to troll people about, and specifically like Richie Rich, 007, when he
yeah,
came on, he was so absolutely convinced I was specifically here to troll him
yeah,
that he completely divulged his worst story that he could come up with, and about halfway through, I thought he was trolling me, and because, I mean, dude, he went from dude, right before we went on, we're pre-show, everything's cool, he's laughing, everything's
yeah,
great, I come
yeah.
in, do the spiel, and he's like, "Well, I was in a car accident when" I was like, "What the hell just happened? You were" Okay, it's fine, it's great, it's still one of my best shows because he sat there and did the whole thing, and when he
Yeah,
came out the other end and we got to our post show and, like, the after hours when everybody else is booted out and we get to talk amongst ourselves again,
yeah, yeah,
which I usually after we do the musical ending, I'll post the link in the chat, and we'll be very, very careful about who we allow up. Like, you coming up with no icon and no nothing, that's only happening because you're you.
yeah.
We
Well,
we've covered this before.
yeah, I made sure and let you know because when I do panels for some reason on my phone, and I don't have a webcam, I have a Mac, so I don't have a webcam. So it's I know this is an extraordinary circumstance with you, Sasquatch, but
No,
I'd much rather
I'm
I'd
good with
much
it.
rather be able to hear you and see things and be able to communicate in a proper manner because
Should
I
be a
thought it was
double dork and go this way.
yeah. Well, you could for sure, man. It's your
Yeah,
channel.
it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
Basically
Um,
what I did with, the Colonel Conservative when he come on because he didn't wanna be on camera either, and I've got another thing I'm gonna do, and I haven't figured out how I wanna pull it down yet, but I've got a Hammerson Peterson video, a
mhm,
Hammerson Peters video that he did answering some questions that I sent him, And since he sent it the way he did and it's set up the way it is, I've been looking at it and I think I could edit it a little bit and play the whole thing as if he was here on a show because
Mhm.
he does directly answer the questions that I ask. He repeats the question, answers the question. It's just as if I'm asking you right now.
Right.
You
Right.
know, of course, it would involve a little bit of horn swaggling, but I don't know whether or not that'd be something he'd even
Yeah.
be allow me to do. Really, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, it's mine. He sent it to me. He's like, "Here, you can have this. Go for it." And I was like, "Okay." And then when I got looking, I'm like, "Man, that's really cool. That's
Yeah.
really good work."
Really. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you know,
man. I mean,
if you're not familiar with Hammerson Peters, he does a Canadian folklore and hit legend and history myth type
oh
channel.
yeah, yeah. I think I
That's
know who you're
cool.
talking about, actually.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's somewhere out around over there somewhere. He's one of
Yeah.
your neighbors, I think, but I don't know exactly. He's super under wraps, man. I was absolutely astounded I was able to get a response out of him. I've tried before.
Yeah.
I couldn't get nothing off of him, and the Great Sky Troll can usually get people to at least tell me to shut up. Nothing else, you know? But,
Well, you never
nothing.
know unless you ask, right? Right,
Tom
Seth?
that got me in there. Tom is familiar enough with him that he was able to be like, "Nah, Sasquatch is alright.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah.
kid."
Yeah,
So,
well, you're all right in my book, man. Like,
that's super cool.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
super cool, man. I'm trying to put together a community of sort of motivated creators,
Yeah.
not creating for YouTube, but creating for the sake of creating,
Yeah.
right? Where
You know,
you do content
yeah.
and you know, you're gonna use it on YouTube or you're gonna use it wherever you're gonna use it,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and we cross-pollinate all of our, sub counts.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's a fantastic idea. Somebody told me, she'll probably kill me if I say this, but I think it was Ellie that told me that my channel really isn't a content creation channel. My channel is a documentary channel. And I can see where she's coming up with that because most of my content per se is in a documentarian type style, right? Like it's daily life on Colfax, pretty much. I could have called the channel "Daily Life on Colfax," and it probably would have been apt, And
Right?
but there is merit to that, although I think there is some content on my channel for sure. But my body of work speaks for itself for sure. But yeah, so uh,
Alright. I'm gonna give you the old heave ho. We're gonna light this candle up. We're gonna try to do it right this time. I kinda screwed
all right.
Shasta Valley's, outro because I don't think I ever actually gave him the sound bite I was trying to give him.
Okay.
'Cause we got distracted and started talking about, I don't know, batteries or something. I don't remember what it was. What is your channel's specific name?
My channel is Mexican long hair.
It's Mexican long hair or
Yeah.
Mexican long hair audits?
No, it's just Mexican long hair.
It's just Mexican long hair. Okay.
Yeah, but people can look. I mean, an easier way to. I mean, now I'm on the map on YouTube. But
You're gonna be
before when you put Mexican
Oh,
long hair into the search bar in YouTube, it would come up with a bunch of Mexicans with long hair.
yeah.
Not come up with my channel. So the way that people did
They're
it was
about 4 from the top.
right, Mexican long hair audits. But now if you put Mexican long hair in there, I think my channel is either the first or second channel that comes up.
It's
So
pretty close. I get some ads above it, but that's about it.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
just like, Caucasian Sasquatch, there's no such thing. There is no video ever made. I went looking to make sure that there would be no confusion because it's a long name and kinda hard to type. Looked it up. There are stories of Sasquatch type creatures from the Caucasus Mountains. There are stories of historical specimens from the Caucasus Mountains that resembles Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever. There is no other channel associated in any way with the Caucasian Sasquatch. So I went, that's a very confusing name, and I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's your soundbite. Let me get
Real quick before you do that, Saska, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but
good.
if you
You're good.
want to interview somebody for future, Northwest Kentucky audits could use your hand. So just
I will definitely get in touch with him. My email address is Gmail at my channel name.
yeah.
Caucasian Sasquatch email.
Yeah, my email address as well is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. So there you go. All right, I'm sorry, Sasquatch. I totally apologize.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Yeah.
So tune in, like, comment, and subscribe to Mexican Longhair's channel. It's a great watch. There's all kinds of content, and you will not regret it. And if you can catch him live, that's even better because he'll sit around and chat with you. He's an actual real person doing actual real things out there. I really dig it. I really dig it. He's got a great community too. His mods are absolutely great. His even like the weird trolls who breeze through, they're not terribly trolly. They just show up and be like, man, fronitor, man, and then they leave. They're even nice enough. It's an amazing channel. I really dig it. I'm going to be around, probably not as much as I have been around on this channel, because I have been trying to, people don't trust what I'm doing. They really think I'm trying to get them somehow. And the only way to do that is to show up on their channel and actually spend time there till I can earn their trust, or at least their respect, if nothing else. Right? It's the only way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, play this little outro thing that we do. I think you'll like it. For those of y'all who haven't seen it before, it's something a little special I dug up just to do the show justice when it comes time to leave. So let me find the right button to press, and then everything will be a-okay. Let's see. We're gonna deuce this up out of here. And then we're going to found our countdown, but you missed us.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Is it done yet?
I really just want to scare people. Somebody will probably call the fucking cops on you.
I'll just run and hide.